Morning, Mike McGrath in the Daily Telegraph said that he believed that Chelsea had actually now entered into talks with Borussia Dortmund about signing Gittins. I think the player is valued at least £50 million by Borussia Dortmund. We're being told that no offer has been made for him. But again, it would not be a surprise if he ended up being a Chelsea player because of his profile. He's 20 years old. I think he started off at Reading. Then he spent a bit of time at the Chelsea Academy. Then he went to Manchester City. We've seen Chelsea sign players before who've spent a bit of time at Manchester City's Academy. And he's only 20 years old. And I think he would fit into Chelsea's wage structure.
Dharmesh, Kaveh just mentioned Garnacho in that. He was in the mix for Chelsea. What do you know about him?
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea tried to sign him in January. I think Napoli tried to sign him in January as well. It's our understanding that both of those clubs are still interested in Alejandro Garnacho. As yet, we don't think Manchester United have received any formal offers for Garnacho, but it's understood that they would consider suitable bids. He hasn't enamoured himself too much with the Manchester United management with some of his social media posts, particularly after that post-season tour of Asia, where he was kind of relieved that the tour was all over. Not the best kind of messaging if you're an employee of that football club. So there's a lot of talk now that Manchester United have thought, right, he's a good player, but he can represent pure profit for us with regard to profit and sustainability rules. They can get quite a good fee for him, and it looks like they would be willing to allow him to leave in this summer's transfer window. Let's
talk about a player who could get a massive fee for them if they're going to allow him to leave. The skipper, Bruno Fernandes. Could this happen?
It could. It could. It's a really delicate situation from what I'm hearing. I'm told now that Bruno Fernandes is now discussing with his family about whether he wants to go to Al Hilal and move to Saudi Arabia or remain at Manchester United. He's obviously their captain at Old Trafford. It's thought, though, it's going to be a really, really tough decision for him to make because 30 years old, it's life-changing money that he would be paid. I think Kaveh was mentioning before, is it something like £700,000 a week? I mean, that is absolutely crazy, crazy money. And as far as Manchester United are concerned, the talk is that Al Hilal would be prepared to pay £100 million to sign Bruno Fernandes. This is a player who's going to be 31 in September. It should be said here, Manchester United do not want to sell Bruno Fernandes. Ruben Amorim, publicly at least, has said we want him to stay. And when I speak to Bruno Fernandes, the impression I'm getting is that he does want to stay. Now, it should also be noted there's been no offer officially from Al Hilal. All we're hearing is that this is what they'd be prepared to pay. So Manchester United don't have to make a decision at this stage. The only way that Manchester United, I think, would consider selling Bruno Fernandes is if Bruno Fernandes made it clear to them that he wanted to move, and then that would set the wheels turning for Al Hilal to come in with a formal offer. Up until that point, it's just, well, we'd be prepared to pay this. I'm talking to my family, and then I'm going to decide what